Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I thought I would give a quick update about what I'm going to be doing in my astrophotography journey over the next couple of months. I've bought some new equipment and there's going to be a couple of other things that I'm going to want to try out over the next couple of months, so I thought I'd just share what I'm going to be doing and what sort of videos you can expect from my channel. And I want to start off this video by saying a huge thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I went over 1,000 subscribers about a week ago, it was exactly 5 months after I'd started my channel, and excuse the pun, but I'm absolutely over the moon with that. I can't believe how quickly the channel has taken off. I'm really grateful for all of your likes, all of your comments. Yeah, I just seem to be building a really great community of people. People are messaging me on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, with lots of nice comments, lots of people asking for help with various things. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, Facebook or Twitter, you can find me at AstroExploring. And if you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel and make sure you hit the bell notification so that you're notified every time I upload a video. And also be sure to give it a thumbs up because that really helps me out too. So the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about today is that I've bought a new filter, and it is the Optolong L-Enhance narrowband filter. I bought the clip-in version for DSLR cameras, and if you've been following this channel for a while, you know that I've been talking about light pollution filters for quite a while, and I'm pretty lucky to live in Dovetail Class 4 skies, so I've been able to get away with not using any filters for a couple of years now. But I just want to start really stretching my astrophotography and taking it to the next level, and after doing a lot of research, I finally took the plunge on my birthday and bought one of these. So I'm really excited to do that. And as typical, as everybody knows in astrophotography, anytime you buy some new equipment, the clouds just roll in and they never seem to disappear. We're currently on day 13 of cloudy nights, and the weather forecast for the following week is not set to be any better, unfortunately. So I'm really looking forward to being able to use this and to share my experience with you guys, but yeah, might have to wait a while. And because I'm always prepared, I've actually already put the filter in the camera. Hopefully you can see that. And yeah, I just can't wait to use it. I bought this from First Light Optics a couple of weeks ago, and it was £229. I think they had £30 off, so it might be slightly more than that now. So this filter is a dual narrowband filter, and it isolates 3 different wavelengths, and that's hydrogen alpha, hydrogen beta, and oxygen 3. And those specific wavelengths you'll find in emission nebulae. So 2 popular targets right now here in the Northern Hemisphere, the North America Nebula and the Veil Nebula, both of which are emission nebulae. And I actually took an image of the Veil Nebula very recently. This image was without my filter, so I really can't wait to go back to this target specifically to see what it is like with the filter. And I will do a video where I compare the two so that you can see the difference between them. And because it's a dual narrowband filter, it is no good on broadband targets like galaxies. So I know we're in galaxy season, but I won't be able to use the Optolong L-Enhance on those targets. And I do still intend to buy the IDAS D2 filter, perhaps later in the year if I can afford it. That is a filter that you can use for broadband targets if your local light pollution is mostly LED lights like mine is. The next new bit of equipment in my arsenal is a Batinov mask. I bought this again from First Light Optics. Now, if you don't know what a Batinov mask is, essentially it is a tool that we use in astrophotography to help achieve the best focus that we can possibly get. So you'll have seen in any of my imaging session videos, when I'm trying to focus on my target, I zoom in using a 10 times zoom on the live view of my DSLR camera, and just play around with the focus until it looks best. And it's not the best way to do things, but it is a way to achieve focus. And this is just going to help massively with that. Essentially, you pop this onto the end of your telescope, which will create diffraction spikes either on the live view of your camera or on your laptop screen to help achieve the best focus that you can possibly get. So it's just a tool to make focusing much easier. And these are actually really cheap as well. I should have bought one of these a long time ago. This was 16 quid off First Light Optics, so didn't really have much of an excuse for not buying one of these sooner. And the final bit of equipment that I've purchased hasn't actually arrived yet because I only ordered it last night. Again, it is from First Light Optics. If you haven't guessed by now, that is where I buy all of my Astro gear. And what I've bought is a longer dovetail bar for my Skywatcher EvoStar 72ED. I've done that because the 72ED is such a lightweight telescope. It only weighs 2 kilograms, and so by the time you've put a reducer flattener on the back and a heavy DSLR camera, trying to achieve a perfect balance in declination was just not possible because the dovetail bar is too short. It was, don't get me wrong, it wasn't miles off, but it wasn't great. And now that I've got some better equipment, and I'm hoping to be auto guiding by the end of the year, when I'm just saving up for auto guiding equipment at the moment, then I want to start achieving longer exposures for my astrophotography to really bring out much more of the fainter detail that's been lacking in my images that I've been sharing with you. And in order to be able to do that, so that the mount doesn't need to work any harder than it has to, I just wanted the longer dovetail bar. And again, this is something I should have bought a while ago because it only costs 16 quid. But I've got it now. Hopefully it'll be here within the next couple of weeks. There's not really any rush because I don't imagine I'm going to be out imaging anytime soon. And the last thing that I want to talk about is the use of my laptop. Now, if you've been following this channel for a while, you'll know that I keep my setup pretty simple. It is generally just me outside in the garden with a car jump starter for power and my mount, telescope, camera, and that is it. That is all I've been using. So now that I've got a Batonov mask and I've got a filter, I feel like it's probably time to start using Astrophotography Tool. There are other softwares out there, but Astrophotography Tool is one that I'm familiar with. I have used it before. However, clear skies have generally been so few and far between, especially over the winter, that any time that it's clear, I just want to get outside, set up and imaging as quickly as possible. However, in the UK at the moment, we don't actually have any Astro Dark for a while. So I feel like now is a good time to start playing around with Astrophotography Tool, get a bit more familiar with it. The more familiar I get with it, obviously the quicker it will be to set up and get going. So hopefully it won't add much time to my setup routine, and I'll record all those videos of me figuring out astrophotography tools so that you can come along on the journey with me and hopefully learn at the same time. I really want this channel to be obviously entertaining so that people actually watch the videos, but really it's mostly about education, because this is a pretty complex hobby and I think a lot of people get turned off the hobby by just being a bit overloaded with not quite understanding what it is that's going on. So I want this channel to help as many people as possible that are new to this hobby, because there is a lot to take in, and we've all been on this big learning curve, and some people are further along that curve than others. Some people are much further along than I am, for example, and some people are not quite as far along, and I want to help as many of those people as possible because this is an absolutely incredible hobby. I'm also toying with the idea of setting up AstroBarry on my Raspberry Pi. I've got 2 Raspberry Pis sitting around doing absolutely nothing, and I'm a bit of a computer geek anyway, so I figured I might as well try and load AstroBarry onto a Raspberry Pi and see if I can get an imaging session going remotely. But I'm gonna get familiar with Astrophotography Tool and everything before I do that, so that's a bit further down the line. And again, I'll record those videos as I do them. And if you're not familiar with AstroBarry, it's essentially an operating system that you can load onto a Raspberry Pi. Allows you to control your astrophotography equipment remotely while you're inside having a nice beer, and it's absolutely freezing outside, which just makes for a much more pleasant experience. But I must admit, I do quite like being out in the garden, so it's something that I'll be playing around with over the next few months, just because I'm a bit of a geek and I like this sort of stuff. So if you're into that kind of thing, then do watch out for those videos coming along in the future. And if you want an overview of all of the equipment that I use in my astrophotography, go ahead and click on this video right here, which is my overview of my deep sky imaging equipment. Thank you so much for watching, and please remember to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.